Am I the asshole for mentioning that my daughter is mixed race when she was accused of racism? And John, you're up first.
Yes, because you could still be racist even though you're a mixed race person.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with yes.
So this reminds me of like, I remember, I think 2 years ago or something like that, they had like an NFL coaching thing, where all the coaches get hired. And then they were like chopping on all the teams because none of them hired like a black head coach.
Brian Flores. That's who it was.
Yeah. And then like they were chopping on one guy in particular, Mike McDaniel. And then Mike McDaniel was like, I mean, I'm half black, so like I don't know if you should be using my name particularly. And it just reminded me of that. So if it's something like that, then it's like, okay, you're not the asshole. But like John said, just bringing it up doesn't really explain for behavior. You know what I mean? You can't use that as an excuse for the behavior. So I guess asshole. I'll just play it safe, guys. I'll go asshole.
Fair enough.
Damn.
All right, trigger warning for this one for racism and bullying. The racism one was probably a given with the title, but yeah, so if you don't want that, we got timestamps. You can skip to the next story, but we'll jump into it. So, hi, all. I'm mixed race, white mother, black father. Well, my husband is white. My daughter, Katie, 16, looks a lot like me, but her skin and hair are much lighter, and she's usually assumed to be white, whereas I'm obviously mixed. We live in a mostly white area, which is quite right-wing, though not openly racist. I just love how she had to clarify that.
She's trying to get off technicality already.
Sounds pretty open about their racism.
They're not openly racist, Sean. They're closeted racist. Anyway, something happened at school last week, and I was called in. There's a girl at school who moved in from another country. Katie and several other girls filmed themselves intimidating her, language, accent, throwing her food on the floor, and calling her disgusting foreign C word. When the teacher sat me down and showed me what she did, I was enraged. This is being recorded as a racist incident. While this is the right thing to do, I'm concerned about what impact this would have on her future. She's not sure what she wants to do next, but she has high grades across the board and has many options. If the incident stays on her file, it could affect her chances of getting into somewhere good. I pointed out that both Katie and myself are mixed race, and while that doesn't mean she can't be racist, I've taught her a lot about things I experienced when I was growing up and why any kind of racism is wrong. However, the teachers didn't accept this and said that the fact that Katie is mixed doesn't change the fact that she behaved in a racist way.
Yup.
Katie has been put in isolation at school, and we've taken away all her electronics besides her laptop for schoolwork. My husband doesn't think I was in the right to use Katie being mixed race as an excuse for her. It wasn't an excuse at all. She deserves to be punished. I was just adding some context to explain that she is obviously not a racist person despite what she did. So am I the asshole?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not. You try to defend your daughter. Your daughter's definitely an asshole and a mean person.
And definitely racist.
And definitely racist.
Yeah.
You try to defend your daughter, but you still punished her and everything. I mean, I don't think you're an asshole. I think you're maybe ignorant.
See, I think she is, because excusing that as like, I don't know. Like, it seems like she's trying to excuse it to me.
Okay, this is an extreme like correlation or extreme example. This is giving me the same vibe of, I don't know if y'all know who that weird Brock Turner motherfucker guy, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's that same concept of excusing, but my kid is great, does all these sports, have these good grades, they have a bright future.
Yeah,
and
just don't essay someone.
the heinous shit they did, right? To me, extreme example, but same energy. So yeah, you're kind of setting up your kid to be like, hey, because you're mixed race, all of a sudden you can get away from not being racist. Dude, you absolutely can. The fact that your daughter
it should be on her permanent record.
Absolutely.
You should be afraid of that because it should be there. They videotaped it. A group performed a racist act on one individual. Targeting. It's not something that shouldn't be part of her future. She made that decision.
Yeah.
So.
And I think if it doesn't get put on her permanent record, like how's she ever going to learn from this? This is someone who, if she doesn't get punished properly, turns into a racist person
do it again.
in her adulthood and just never learns from this. Goes to an amazing school and doesn't give a fuck. And, so I think, excusing it is horrible. And I think, or at least being like, no, she's not a racist person, which she is. And she did a racist thing. That doesn't mean
the parent probably just panicked and made a decision.
Sure.
But yeah, they definitely made the wrong decision.
Yeah. And I mean, like, it's not like she's irredeemable. She's 16. She could learn and grow from this experience. And that's what I hope happens. And hopefully in the future, she's not a racist person going forward. You know what I mean?
You just got to get out of that circle of friends who has those same
you got to get out of
Yeah.
that city, actually,
Exactly.
to be honest. I would just
go to
fucking
a city
leave
with
the
more
whole time.
diversity. you
They're
know
not
what I'm
openly
saying?
racist, guys. I don't know what you're talking
to have to clarify that they're not openly racist. Yeah, that means you
Kind
should
of
move,
makes
I
me
think.
think it is.
That was when I decided we were choosing the story for today because I was like, that killed me every time I
Not
read it.
openly racist, you know, just
Just a
close
tad
doors
bit.
racist.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, you gotta fucking move. Actually,
Yeah. Not that racism doesn't occur in other areas.
Oh,
like,
it happens all over the
Yeah.
place. But you
it
know,
happens
if you-
all over. But you know, if you know,
If you surround yourself and you're in a concentrated area with a bunch of those types of people, chances
like
are
you
that's
can
what's
live
gonna
in
be
that
your
place.
worldview.
yeah, just like you can live in that place and not be a racist. But the
we have tons of
chances
fans from
are,
Ohio,
yeah, from Utah,
and they're
too.
great. And Utah.
Yeah, too. Yes.
But the thing is, you know, you're lessening the chances of your kid becoming a racist by taking them out of that scenario. I think,
Yeah, which is,
you know, everything's
it-
probabilities.
it's awful to say because then it's like those areas just stay,
Racist.
I was
Yeah.
going to say white, but yeah, you know what I meant. Yeah. It stays
It's that whole-
uncultured.
Different. I'm just kidding.
It's that whole nature versus nurture shit, right? You might
Yeah.
be able to nurture your child as someone who's not racist, but if they're surrounded by people who are, birds of a feather, right? So like they're
Yeah.
not going to end up the same way like that. So
100%. Expert in fucking, I don't know.
Great power. For the fifth time, it's your boy Sean.